America, where a potentially crippling snowstorm is bearing down on the northeast coast of America. 70 million people are facing extreme weather stretching as far inland as Arkansas. Washington, D.C. is expected to be worst hit with over 60 centimetres. That's 23 inches forecast to fall in a matter of hours. A state of emergency has been declared in 6 states and over 4,500 flights have been cancelled. Sky's Harriet Hadfield reports.
As much of America's east coast braces itself for snow and ice, people waking up in North Carolina got a preview of what's coming. Snow and freezing rain has battered the state overnight. Schools are closed, bus routes cancelled. The state governor has declared a state of emergency. One state north to Virginia, and it's a similar picture with deteriorating conditions and poor visibility. But there is much more on the way further up the East Coast, with the winter storm described as potentially crippling. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio has issued this warning.
We want people to take these warnings seriously, stay inside, not take risks.
As people rush to stock up on food and bottled water, supplies in the supermarkets quickly ran out. Americans in this part of the country are used to winter weather, but still, shovels and other snow gear were in popular demand.
I plan to tough it out. I have winter gear. It's time to use it.
It's the same way you'd prepare for a natural disaster or Armageddon.
I'm not even complaining. You know, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
It didn't take much snowfall to cause chaos on the roads in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday night. Commuters in cars and on foot were caught up in an early flurry of snow and ice. Thousands of drivers had to be rescued from their vehicles. In places, more than 60 centimetres of snow is expected to fall. Motorists are being urged to stay off the roads as people prepare for what could be one of the biggest snowfalls in the capital's history. Harriet Hadfield, Sky News.
Well, Fox News correspondent Chip Bell spoke to us from Asheville in North Carolina, where the snow is already causing major disruption.
If this storm had hit somewhere, one of the northern states, say Wisconsin, where I'm originally from, it would be a relatively minor event and all the roads would be open. But because it's hitting the southeast, these are areas with ordinarily moderate climates. Snowfalls like this are so rare that they don't have the huge fleets of snow trucks that they need to keep all of the roads open. And so even a light dusting of snow can become a major weather emergency, and that's what's happening in these southern states, such as North Carolina, where I am right now. The few snow plows that they have are trying to pre-treat the roads, trying to keep them open, but by and large, they're telling people who don't have to be out on the roads to avoid travel because it can be very treacherous. As another precaution, many of the school districts in these southern states have canceled classes, not only here in Asheville, North Carolina, but major cities like Charlotte, North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, as well as some of the cities in upstate South Carolina. Even in Atlanta, Georgia, much further south than here, the state government is closing its offices at noon just to try to keep as many people off the streets as possible.
That the latest from North Carolina. Well, a significant number of UK flights to the States will be affected by the snowstorm. Dozens of flights to Washington, Philadelphia and New York from airports across the country have already been cancelled. So if you're flying across the weekend, make sure you check with your airline. Time for a look at some of the day's other news stories. A police officer